It's been a while. Monsoon from Metal Gear Rising has to be one of the most uniquely written characters that I've ever seen. I've talked about most bosses before, whose videos you can find on my channel page, but none of them really stuck with me the same way as Monsoon did. In this video, I'll try my best to explain his writing and why he has made such a big impact on me, as well as compare him to other bosses in MGR. Anyway, here we go. Monsoon of the Winds of Destruction, as he likes to call himself, is a very strange character when it comes to his writing. Unlike any other bosses, he is not shown, teased, or even referenced at all before his boss fight. Despite being a very important figure in the plot, effectively being Senator Armstrong's right hand, along with Sundowner, he has the least amount of screen time out of any major characters in the game, and is only ever introduced directly before his battle. In addition to that, he completely subverts the player's expectations, as he is introduced right before you think you're going to have a second encounter with Jetstream Sam, also taking into account how he teased and mentally prepared you for the fight with the cyborg morality scene. And just as you're walking towards him in an empty area perfect for an epic showdown, he shows up. And not only does he break up the tension you and Sam had between each other, he also has the audacity to boss around the character you respect the most as a rival. More about Sam in this video right here, by the way. Now, if you thought that this would make him an extremely unlikable character, then you'd be entirely correct. From the very minute he's introduced, Monsoon paints himself as a very unlikable persona, with his pretentious philosophical manifestos only reinforcing that. But the thing is, he does all of this character building without making himself obnoxious or annoying in any way. If it makes any sense, even though I hated Monsoon as a person, I absolutely loved every second of him on screen as a character. He's so magnificently unlikable that you can't help but get excited on the thought of putting him in his place in the subsequent boss fight. And let me tell you, the boss fight is nothing short of amazing, both from a technical and an emotional standpoint. Monsoon boasts probably the most difficult to counter array of attacks in MGR, as you are faced with speeds you have never encountered in the game before. Needless to say, Monsoon's fight is amongst the most challenging in the entire game, even more so than Armstrong's. The fight is also spectacular on an emotional level, as only then the player unlocks Reaper mode, where Raiden basically overdoses on Edge and becomes significantly stronger than before. It certainly feels like a fight between two equals, because Monsoon still stays a big menace to Raiden even after driving him to unlock his true potential. It is also needless to say that his theme is objectively astounding, and probably in my top 3 favorites. In a way, Monsoon is a projection of Raiden's deepest flaws. Even though Raiden's a very righteous person at heart, Monsoon, who is undoubtedly a morally ruined character, manages to erupt his inner monster, portrayed through Ripper mode. As Monsoon was a child soldier just like Raiden, he manipulates him into relapsing into Jack the Ripper, a bloodthirsty and destructive identity Raiden is eagerly trying to let go of and forget. Overall, Monsoon is a strangely but amazingly executed character. The boss fight feels meaningful, and it's a great pleasure to defeat Monsoon, as his fight is among the most difficult in the game, even though he isn't presented as a very prominent character in the story and is referenced exactly twice after the encounter. Additionally, his sudden appearance and the introduction along with a sassy and overly confident attitude Monsoon sports serves as a nerve-wracking shock to the player and completely changes the pace of the rest of the level. And this is why Monsoon of the Winds of Destruction is such a well-written character. This was Cold Brew. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.